Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between Kaho Kaho versus PCG 123 or Kaho depending or Kaho. Yep, not knowing how to break down the syllables in these names, I would assume it's Kaho. Normally, whenever another foreign language tries to Romanize an English language, it's usually like consonant vowel in terms of syllable breakdowns. At least that's what I've come to know. You guys didn't come here for a broken English lesson. I can't even. Apparently, I need to do some more phonics breakdowns and try to teach my daughter. Therefore, learning myself. Kaho, not Kiho. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down in this 1v1 matchup. It is a Night Elf versus Undead. We see Kaho spawning as, the purple Night Elf over here on the top right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, PCG123 spawning as the red Undead. We are looking most likely at, I would assume, a Death Knight in this matchup. Ziggurat a little bit late to the party. There's the Death Knight. There's some ghouls. There's the Tomb of Relics. Nothing too big of a surprise. Coming back around, we are looking at a Keeper of the Grove, Archers, once more. Not a big surprise here. And generally, you don't see as intricate of, you don't see as intricate of units and or intricate of strategies when more is being played for. This is a WGL 2020 winter season open division qualifier being played in September, and hopefully we see some high level play even if the strategies are a little bit more predictable. Keeper of the Grove going to be making its rounds out here in just a moment, summoning some Ents right here, and then they should be joining in on this fight, trying to give that Keeper of the Grove a little bit of a time advantage to get to level 2. Ensnare onto the Trents though, as the Forest Troll Berserker will get taken down. Death Knight now just reached out onto the battlefield, as it is, Death Coil after a swing of the sword, so to speak, to get that early experience early on. That is often a strategy used by professional players. Professional players wanting to guarantee that early kill, doesn't attack and then knows that a follow-up Death Coil will finish off the relatively low hit point Wisp. Death Knight now makes its way back off to the north here. Where is it going to go? Try to perhaps disrupt the Sea Turtle Hatchling creep camp. However, the Keeper of the Grove is already there. Gloves of Haste coupled with Mantle of Intelligence, a nice damage bonus for that Keeper of the Grove. Getting an attribute bonus for that additional damage is incredibly important, as the Keeper of the Grove now makes its way back down. Hey, Tricks Factory, just a little bit late, but hopefully you will enjoy the party as well, as the Death Knight still, now looking to try and retreat back. Tome of Strength picked up, Tide Runner taken out, Death Knight 11 experience shy from level 2, doesn't have Unholy Aura yet, as it is now retreating back home. Let's take a look back off to the north though. We are looking at Kaho setting up another Tree of Life rather far away from the expansion. A little bit interesting there. Perhaps he is more concerned about getting that Tree of Life up and running and then walking it over, rather than just trying to build it in a position where it could be easily scouted. Now, this map does have a lot of interesting positionings and I wouldn't say buildings, just interesting creep camps and this gold mine in the center. So who will be trying to clear out these fountains of health? That is going to be an important question. Skeletal minions now trying to make their rounds out. They are going to spot this Tree of Life, and with that, it is going to reveal a good amount of information to PCG123, as this Null Overseer gets entangled. Nicely done here. I like this play by Kaho, running this Null Overseer very much out of position, and then once it is completely out of position, being able to focus it down without actually suffering that much damage. By doing exactly that, it also removes the command aura, that damage bonus across the remaining units, and therefore making it much easier to clear out that creep camp. Death Knight already at level 2, looking to get to level 3. Tech to tier 2 is underway. Seems a little bit delayed for how far along it is along the path, especially as Kaho is already teching the tier 2 as well and has a tree of life up and walking over here to the top left. 28 supply compared to 25. Death Knight going after this Ogre Magi and Forest High Troll Priest Creep Camp should be able to finish it up pretty much in no time flat, getting to level 3 on that Death Knight. Keeper of the Grove already at level 3, also picking up Claws of Attack plus 9, getting up to plus 12 damage on that Keeper of the Grove. And well, plus 12 damage is nothing to ignore, as that damage does add up considerably fast. All right, Forest Troll Trapper will get taken out right here, getting in a little bit more damage. Finally gets taken down. Potion of Replenishment should also be used as well. Not quite sure why it's not being used. Perfect opportunity to get a little bit more hit points and a little bit more mana. As I question it, he runs across the Death Knight, so he either should have used it earlier or not used it then. If he used it earlier, would have had more mana, more hit points. Instead, uses it right as he runs into the Death Knight and gets a little bit of damage. All right, yeah, if you used it while that Forest Troll Trapper was attacking your archers, you would have been fine. And had a little bit more mana too. We'll see if that mana comes back to haunt. Lack of mana or lack of hit points comes back to haunt Kaho in any way, shape, or form. Lich now out onto the battlefield. We are already teching the tier 3 as well, and getting up that slaughterhouse. No big surprises coming in from the the undead army. Very much just standard plays there, as the Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 3. Is it getting up a second hero? It is getting up a demon hunter to go alongside or counter that Death Knight, and that Keeper of the Grove. Wow. Just using a Staff of Teleportation, able to make it out. I would have thought more damage would have been added on by the Lich and the Death Knight, perhaps trying to get another Death Coil off. Those abilities, however, could have been on cooldown. Mana Burn on that Demon Hunter, able to try and shut down opposing heroes. We're looking at the Tree of Life, attempting to entangle that gold mine here. Hi, Kali. You told him to do it, so he did it. Well, he did it, but he didn't. Well, I guess it's like my kids, right? I tell my kids to do something, they eventually do it, and then when even though they eventually do it, it's a little bit too late, and then they complain that, like, but you told me to do it. And I'm like, yeah, I told you to eat like 45 minutes ago, and now you're hungry, and dinner's done. Joys of Parenthood. Demon Hunter, Keeper of the Grove, making their way back over here to the top right. Mantle of Intelligence being dropped back. I don't know why it's dropped off. Keeper of the Grove should be going back to pick that up as well, as we're looking at the Ancient of War going after this Rock Golem Creep Camp. Was the Demon Hunter spotted yet? I don't know, actually. If the Demon Hunter was spotted, I would assume at this stage in the game, with the current meta, there is no big surprise. Thank you for the follow, Kevin. As the Keeper of the Grove with a Demon Hunter second is now very, very common. Death Knight making its rounds inside here. Going to go ahead and finish off the remainder of this creep camp, already getting up some ziggurats and should be haunting this gold mine pretty quickly. We are now clearing out some more dangerous creep camps once more, as the Demon Hunter going after that Forest Troll High Priest will get it taken down. I picked up, I believe that was a Tome of Intelligence, or actually I don't know what it was. Could have been a Manual of Health, but that seems 575, 675. Yeah, maybe. Right there, Keeper of the Grove. Oh, actually in a lot of trouble. Death Coil almost finishes off the Keeper of the Grove. A well-timed scroll of Town Portal, last-minute Scroll of Town Portal, baiting that baiting that ability right there. But no Scroll of Town Portal being picked up. I don't know. Maybe if it had that potion of replenishment, heal up enough hit points, it wouldn't have had to burn a Scroll of Town Portal. All right, Ogre Lord gonna get entangled once more, and using Entangle to shut down the Ogre Lord. As the Ogre Lord tries to retreat back, it is gonna end up getting taken down. And Brilliance Aura now for that Demon Hunter. A little bit more mana for the Demon Hunter and for that Keeper of the Grove. Interesting item. Brilliance Aura mana on these heroes, always a great addition. Saber, thank you for the follow, as the Demon Hunter is going to be just shy of level 3, because, well, and the Keeper of the Grove just shy of level 4. This is a dangerous spot. Kaho should actually invest a lot into just trying to level up both of his units, going after a creep camp somewhere, and once he gets that, he is going to be in a great position. Strangely enough, oddly enough, he went for level 2 Entangle over level 2 Ents. Keeper of the Grove still sitting at level 3, will be getting to level 4 with this Rock Golem getting taken down. No Scroll of Town Portal, and Kaho, well, actually in a little bit of trouble as the main base is now getting a bit of pressure inside. Death Knight gets up to level 4. Are we going to get some detonations? Dryad's now going to be making their way back out. 45 supply compared to 59. Kaho has the army size advantage, and it looks like he's just going to be willing to let this base take a lot of damage here. Ghouls are going to be the ones dealing a majority of this damage right now as they deal normal damage against this fortified armor. Coming back down here, Obsidian Statue could have just been mana burned or to get a little bit more damage off, and well, not getting a couple of archer arrows or something like that to try and finish it off. That is a big deal. Obsidian Statue is no longer going to be able to be trained as the Tomb of Relics is taken down. Dryads and archers looking to finish off this slaughterhouse here. We are seeing the Tree of Ages taking a large amount of damage. What is going on with Kaho and PCG 123 losing that Scroll of Town Portal early as that Tree of Ages trying to fight its way back? All right, Obsidian Statue. Well, our Obsidian Statue has rejoined in on the fight. A Staff of Preservation could teleport the Demon Hunter home. Perhaps go after some of these other Obsidian Statues as well. Is the Force of Nature actually going to finish off this low hit point Obsidian Statue? That would actually be a sight to see, as we're seeing a little bit of damage right there. Who's going to get it? Are we going to see repairs? No, we are not. No repairs at all. As that is going to get taken down. Scroll of Town Portal now coming back down onto the other side here. Mana, well, a little bit of engagement, and there you are, a little bit of damage once again. All right, Demon Hunter trying to fight back its way through. Lich sitting at level 3. Death Knight sitting at level 4, trying to take down some of these Ents as well. Dryads are poking apart the Destroyers. Destroyers able to back away as the Demon Hunter able to get off some key mana burns, it looks like, to try and finish off some of those units. Mana burns onto the Obsidian Statues would actually represent a large amount of damage as well, as the Destroyers are now in the back trying to devour magic onto all of these Force of Natures in the back here. Demon Hunter in a little bit of trouble. Scroll of the Beast doesn't want to be used. Staff of Preservation, where is it going to actually send that unit to? Death Coil dodge with the Staff of Preservation. I don't know if Kaho is looking like an absolute genius with the timing on his Scroll of Town Portals and Staff of Preservation, but some strong plays already as the units are now in a massive retreat. 43 supply compared to 38. Demon Hunter was teleported off to the other side here. No, oh no, there's a single Ancient of Lore left. Taking down that second Ancient of Lore would have been absolutely clutch, as all of a sudden all that tech to tier 2 would have been completely lost, and losing those really important buildings as well. Yeah. This is a completely crazy matchup and battle once again. Claws of Attack +6 picked up by the Death Knight, transferred to the Lich. No surprise there. The Lich going to be the one to, well, represent a large amount of damage. Going after, well, Acolytes here. Acolyte going to get taken off pretty quickly. It gets taken out. We are seeing only 3 Acolytes mining at that natural expansion once more, as the Slaughterhouse needs to be rebuilt. Tome of Relics also needs to be rebuilt as well. Does PCG 123 realize that he needs that Tome of Relics? Otherwise, he's not going to be able to get those Obsidian Statues. That is incredibly important as well if he's trying to build that Slaughterhouse for those particular buildings, or is he just going for Abominations? Demon Hunter continuing to engage. Demon Hunter Staff of Preservation should be coming in. There's a Mana Burn Staff of Preservation once more, as the Dryads trying to finish off some additional units as well. One Dryad getting taken down. Another Dryad getting taken out. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Hope you guys are enjoying everything today. As well, we see a quick selling of an item. Demon Hunter should be giving that potion of mana, most likely to that Keeper of the Grove. Demon Hunter doesn't need that much mana to do its job, especially well, even if it gets to level 5, we'll see what's going to be happening here. No Orb of Venom on the Demon Hunter. That is a bit surprising, considering, well, the Orb of Venom would allow the Demon Hunter to go after this Red Drake right here. All right, Keeper of the Grove summoning a couple of Ents. Dryads are all splitting apart multiple sides, trying to get in all of that damage. Are we going to see the Undead Army come across and do a Creepjack? No, we are not. They are far on the other side of the map right here. Good map awareness by Kaho to try and clear out a difficult creep camp during this time, as we're seeing the Ogre Magi and all of these units start to fall. Inner Fire, however, on these Forest Troll Berserkers, no Abolish Magic to remove the Inner fire, as the Dryads are going to, well, poke down that red Drake with no problem whatsoever. Keeper of the Grove picks up a Belt of Giant Strength. Could be given to the Demon Hunter, or do they both? Yeah, given to the Demon Hunter for a little bit of extra hit points, since, well, the Death Knight and the Lich seem to be very afraid of that Demon Hunter wanting to Death Coil and Frost Nova it to death. All right, that Brilliance Aura should actually be on the Keeper of the Grove. Give more mana to the Keeper of the Grove. And, well, the more survivability items on that Demon Hunter instead. It looks as though they have a good number of those survivability items, though, as we are looking in the Dryads, well, still making their way through. All right, Tree of Life is entangling that gold mine. We are technically at tier 2, or we are going to be at tier 2, as this Tree of Life is upgraded to Tree of Ages once more to perhaps try and, well, build up additional tech buildings, or perhaps even trying to go for bears as more Dryads are getting in. Yeah, inventory space is at a minimum. That is another resource, how much inventory space is on heroes, but that's more of a, I would say more of a orc and, well, frontline hero trying to use those consumables as opposed to the backline heroes here, as the Keeper of the Grove does have multiple scrolls of healing. All right, what would you have on the Keeper of the Grove to swap for that Brilliance Aura? That is an important question there. Death Coil, Frost Nova, Demon Hunter is saying, like, okay, I can take that 300 points of damage. That's not that big of a problem right now, as that Necropolis is absorbing a little bit of damage here. 3 scrolls of healing, but the army is not that wide. 59 supply compared to 61. PCG 123 in a decent position to try and hold this position here. No Orb of Venom on the Demon Hunter to go after the Destroyers, and that may be the downside. I would have thought an Orb of Venom to add a little bit of that damage over time would have been enough of an issue, as we are also looking at Meat Wagons, well, trying to destroy that back line of Dryads. Kaho is not going to be in a great spot in this upcoming battle. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter getting, well, Boots of Quel'Tha Lost. The loss to add in that extra little bit right there. He has extra armor. Well, had extra armor before the attack from that Orb of Corruption, as the Demon Hunter gets a mana burn onto that Death Knight. Death Knight has to be careful. He doesn't want to get mana burned once more, especially chasing down a Demon Hunter who has access to Moonwells. The Moonwells do not have the Moonwell upgraded capacity and faster regen. That also does surprise me, as these Moonwells are now pretty much, well, 3 of the 5 Moonwells pretty much seem bone dry already. Meat Wagon's going to be getting into position. Thank you for the follow, as we're looking at the units going to be getting ready to engage here. All right. 4 Meat Wagons. As an incredible back line mana burn onto that Lich. Units are going to try to back away. Keeper of the Grove not going to be able to get in any real damage onto those Meat Wagons here, as they're trying to get within that 0 range mana burn onto the Death Knight. There goes 2 Meat Wagons. Keeper of the Grove already at level 5. Demon Hunter sitting at level 4. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Are we going to see Scroll of Healing? Yes, we are. And those Scrolls of Healing actually making a big impact already, finishing off all of those Meat Wagons. 71 supply compared to 65. All of a sudden, PCG 123 in a little bit of trouble. Staff of Preservation saves the Demon Hunter, as the Crypt Fiends are, well, about to fall. A last-minute Death Coil does save right there. Keeper of the Grove trying to make its way back down. Demon Hunter teleported to the expansion, not the main base. So that's going to be a little bit of a delay for that Demon Hunter to get back in onto this fight. Here he is, back in onto the fight. Mana burn going after the units here. Are we going to see a little bit more healing coming in as well? There is the Keeper of the Grove. He has another Scroll of Healing. He needs to use it. Uses it just in time to try and save that back line of Dryads again. That triple Scroll of Healing making a big difference there, as the Demon Hunter now mana burning Obsidian statues for good measure. Dryads trying to create a little bit of separation. Fighting next to Moonwell is never a good idea at all, as the Demon Hunter should be able to engage and continue to fight right here. Meat Wagons, are they anywhere to be found? No. Crypt Fiends trying to finish off some of those units. As you can see, the Abominations are actually getting separated as well. PCG 123 in trouble. 61 supply compared to 62, as it is getting even. He may decide to overstay his welcome, as the Demon Hunter picks up an Orb of Venom for good measure. All right, Demon Hunter in that front frontline spot, should actually be holding the door to try and shut down these things. Demon Hunter now still sitting at level 4. Death Knight sitting at level 5. Mana burn onto the Lich as well. A lot of damage coming back across as the Demon Hunter needs to get perhaps a little bit more healing. A potion of healing is picked up right there. And now is he going to try and drop that Belt of Giant Strength? I don't know. All right, Death Knight sitting at level 5. Is it going to use a Scroll of Town Portal? Yes, it finally will. One Crypt Fiend could get taken down. There it goes, as we see a great exchange between these two armies. PCG 123 actually coming out ahead, even forced after to use his Scroll of Town Portal. 64 supply compared to 54 right now, but we are looking at Kaho setting up this center expansion. Battle raging on everywhere. Dryad's going to be healing up. That disease cloud has a very profound impact, as the 200% regeneration at night pretty much means that the Dryads are still taking a little bit of damage. The Fountain of Health actually going to be a very big deal here. Demon Hunter sitting on a large number of items. Keeper of the Grove also sitting on a Scroll of Healing. And the real problem is this Tree of Eternity. More Moonwells should be built actually at this Tree of Eternity here, as we see one Wisp right there. All right, Tree of Life going to try and fight its way through. A Lich Death Knight coming in from the back. We should be getting some mana burns or something. Try and save this Tree of Life as much as you can. Mana burn onto some of these units as well. There's a little bit of damage. What is going on? Why didn't the Demon Hunter mana burn anything as the Death Knight gets up to level 6? Level 3 Unholy Aura right there. There's the Death Coil. There's the mana burn, going after all of those units again. And now going after the Destroyers. Destroyer down to 2 hit points. It gets taken down. Mana burn onto the Death Knight. No more Death Coils. And as the Obsidian statues are starting to fall, Demon Hunter still sitting only at level 4. If it gets to level 5, level 3 mana burn is going to make a very big difference in the battles, as well as shutting down. Well, Obsidian statues are just going to be that much easier. Demon Hunter now trying to back away. This Tree of Life is actually joining in on the fight, trading a little bit, trading this expansion, hit points on this expansion, as a Death Coil goes down onto the Demon Hunter, as the Death Knight says, you know what, it's going to be burned off anyway. All right, these battles are, well, fast and furious. Moonwells already back up to full. We're going to see him, heal back up and then pick up that Belt of Giant Strength once more. 1,000 hit point, nearly 9 armor. Demon Hunter, extremely difficult to take down. Add in evasion, and the effective hit points is rather high, as well. It's going to be, well, difficult to focus him down with any serious amount of damage. Meanwhile, we are looking at an expansion attempt from PCG 123. Ziggurat, Haunted Goldmine, all in position. That is a lot of abominations. Demon Hunter going to come across. There's a Death Coil. Frost Nova. Mana burn seemed to be a little bit late, as the Demon Hunter needs to use a potion of healing already. And wow, if that Demon Hunter had mana burned off quickly enough, that would have been a very big save, as the Death Coil would not have gone down. And with no Death Coil, that Demon Hunter would have had an additional 225 hit points. Magic, I forget what the magic reduction on heroes is. Maybe 250, an additional 250 hit points, which would have been a big deal indeed. Mountain Giants now joining in. All right, fight in the middle of the map. This is classic Concealed Hill. I've said it before, when you have natural positions built into the map that tend to draw out fights, this is King of the Hill on this Concealed Hill right here, with all of those battles taking place right there. 78 supply compared to 77. We're looking at Mountain Giants perhaps in that front line. Mountain Giant now instead going to go after, say, you know what, maybe all I need to do is take down a different expansion. You are fighting where your opponent is not a very tried strategy. As the Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 5, you can see this Mountain Giant with that one club able to deal significant damage, that siege damage, enough bolstering this Dryad army. What is the Undead going to do in this exchange? The Undead is going to say, you know what, why don't we just go ahead and, well, abandon this, desert this expansion right here, as the Demon Hunter wants to get to level 5 here, but may not be able to do that. Just a little bit shy, needs to get one more, gets a Mantle of Intelligence. All right, Demon Hunter down to or 9 experience shy from that next level, as we could be looking at a Scroll of Town Portal. No Scroll of Town Portal, as PCG 123 very correctly goes after the Moonwells first, and now that home field advantage is completely moot. All right, with no home field advantage, no home healing, fighting back, what can he really do except pressure himself, as we're looking at damage onto these buildings? Where is that Demon Hunter? Demon Hunter in that frontline spot. Slaughterhouse going to get taken down. We're looking Black Citadel could get taken out. Mountain Giant adding in a little bit of damage. Once more, Acolyte's going to try and repair, but it may not be enough as the Mountain Giant lost his giant club, lost a little bit of range. This Mountain Giant, however, there as the Demon Hunter gets up to level 5. All right, Keeper of the Grove wants to get to level 6. This is turning into a base race scenario. There are 2 meat wagons, which is enough for the undead army to actually put pressure on bases, as this is going to get taken down as well. All right, Spirit Tower is going to get destroyed. Dryads finishing off a bunch of buildings. Ghouls down to the south here. Keeper of the Grove, if it stays close enough, could actually get to perhaps try and get to level 6. Is the Keeper of the Grove going to get there? No, it's not. Not enough experience, as the Demon Hunter is, well, splitting that experience with that Keeper of the Grove. All right, going to go ahead and try and finish off all of those units here. There goes another Ghoul. Keeper of the Grove now, 34 experience shy from level 6 for Tranquility, as this Tree of Eternity is now taking a lot of damage, needs some repairs, as well as Wisp after Wisp is falling. Why is there no Scroll of Town Portal? And what are you going to really do in this base race scenario? 66 supply compared to 63 army sizes are about the same. If you were going to try and save your base, you would have tried to do that earlier. No, this is a straight up base race. As we see, there are new Trees of Life and Moonwell being built down to the south here. Kaho says, you know what, let's just rotate all of our bases and we'll see who can come out ahead. All right. Altar of Darkness going to get taken out. We see one main base here, Acolytes, repairing, mining, Sacrificial Pit, 66 over 10 supply, a little bit of gold. Death Knight, can they really move away from this battle? Ents off to the side as well, as the Demon Hunter is at level 5. Keeper of the Grove just shy of 6, still 34 experience away. All right, a couple of buildings being left behind here. A new necropolis being built. 2 new necropolises being built for good measure to try and keep this army alive and well. There is a Shade now doing a little bit of scouting. It is going to find that there is a building being built off to the south. And what are the options? What are the options for PCG 123 and Kaho? Both are upside down on supply. Both want to start mining. Oddly enough, Kaho should really be building more Moonwells. He has Wisp harvesting lumber. He's not going to be able to do anything with them for quite some time. Building Moonwells would at least give him the ability to heal up units, as the Death Knight and all of these units are doing a little bit of a rotation. All right, Death Knight now making its way back down to the south here. This could be a little bit of a problem. Where are those additional Wisps? There's a Wisp hiding back across over here, and this could be bad news indeed. All right, in comes the Dryads, Mountain Giants coming across in here as well. We're looking at a large amount of damage, perhaps coming across as the Acolytes. In comes the Scroll of Town Portal. Units are going to try and retreat back. Where are they going to land? That is the question. Keeper of the Grove could be in trouble. Mana Burn onto the Lich. Death Knight a little bit too far back. There goes a Death Coil Frost Nova onto the Demon Hunter, as the Demon Hunter takes a little bit of damage. All right, Mountain Giants in that front line spot, taunting all of the units, and the Abominations, could end up getting taken down, but a Death Coil saves right there. Mana Burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight now out of mana, does have 2 potions of mana, still fighting their way through. Demon Hunter in a little bit of a troubling situation, trying to get away. Tranquility now available to the Keeper of the Grove, and he uses it a little bit prematurely. There's nothing that really needs healing except for the Demon Hunter, and the Demon Hunter, could perhaps be a little bit better served by trying to, run around and dodge a little bit more. All right, no, I take it back. The Demon Hunter able to stay alive for quite a little bit of time, as the Death Knight uses a potion of lesser invulnerability in time here. Are we going to get a Mana Burn, Frost Nova, and Death Coil onto that Demon Hunter, finishing it off right there, as the Keeper of the Grove wants to stick around in this battle. 46 supply compared to 52. Kaho is slightly in advantage right now. Meat Wagons are in the back, able to get in a big engagement, as the Keeper of the Grove now down to 147 supply, 146 hit points, and oddly enough cannot Scroll of Town Portal because there's nothing to really target. Keeper of the Grove now trying to hide back away here, but I think the game is now done. There is nothing left. Mountain Giants here. Abomination's going to try and chase after. You can see the Meat Wagons are going to get destroyed right here. What is that going to really give? Demon Hunter is out of the battle permanently with no real way to resurrect because there is no supply available. Shade off to the side here, 43 supply compared to 30 undead. Actually with a smaller army, but with the ability to train up more units. Keeper of the Grove is trying to, well, make his way through this Deathcoil, Frost Nova, Tranquility. Is he going to be able to heal up enough? No, he is not. That is going to be the game. And in the end, the undead army being able to capture the hill, contain it, and mine from it made him king of the hill and the victor here on Concealed Hill. PCG 123 with a great game, great back and forth action between these two. PCG 123 just outlasting his opponent. Scroll of Town Portals not being used and then end up becoming useless at some point, and not even being able to use Staff of Preservation to save that Demon Hunter. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.